What's up, guys? Ken Plays here. Today we're going to be looking at a game that I played earlier. And we're going to be looking at how playing a slow game, kind of a stealthy game, can be a good way to win. Almost a sure way to win, as opposed to just running and gunning, dying within the first top 80 people, jumping into another match, trying it again, hoping that you'll get to top 10 at least. So here I get a little bit lucky. I find a SCAR and an M16. And I seem to be the only one that landed here in Novorinoye? Yeah, anyways. So found a first aid kit here. And I know that a couple of people did land in this general area. So I am still being a little bit cautious. I noticed that the circle is up north a little bit more, so I start working my way up that way. Okay. Fail aim. Obviously, I don't got the China.dll. But I do get a little bit lucky with my equipment here that I get right off the bat. Now, this isn't recorded live while playing. I had some kind of issue while recording live while playing. But it's okay because I'm going to fast forward some of the parts in this video. I'm sure you don't want to watch the whole half hour of it. I won't let you miss anything good. But here I found a Jeep, and I know I'm going to need to take that because I'm going to need to get over the bridge. So I was going to get it. I decide against it. I figure I'll loot a little bit more while I still have about 4 minutes before the circle starts moving in. Notice I closed all the doors behind me. I don't want anybody that I didn't see to run past me and run into my building thinking that I'm in there. Some painkillers. And I did get a suppressor here. So this is if you can get a suppressor toward the beginning of the game for your AR, that's awesome. That's a great start. Especially in solo. My preference is to take things a little bit slower, a little bit more stealthily, and it seems to work out pretty well. So I head up on this roof here, and I'm just looking for some more loot. Don't really find anything good. I do see this player on the left come down the hill. I figured he was going to try to take the car, so I tried to time it, but I think he saw my nade a little early. So definitely knows that somebody sees him, but he doesn't know that I'm there still. And I'm going to take it real slow here. If this was a squad or maybe a duo, I maybe would have went down there and rushed him. But in this case, I don't know how many other players are around me. So I don't want to give away my position just yet. I have an okay amount of healing supplies, and I do have enough ammo here to start with. So he's definitely going to try to take the Jeep now. So I'm just ready for him when he gets in. Try to loot as fast as possible, just get some of the things I needed. Some more ammo. And I don't know if you heard that, but I just got hit by an arrow. So I'm trying to get cover, and I do spot that second player. He's up on the balcony there. That time he actually hit me with the arrow. Luckily, I did get a headshot on him that first shot that I made. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm taking the Jeep. I decide not to go over the bridge in case there's somebody barricading it or on the other side. I see there's a boat here, so I decide to take the boat. I just feel like in this situation it's a lot more safe. It's a little more low key if I'm trying to drive the car over the bridge. Everybody can hear me. And I actually decide that I'm not going to go onto land just yet. I'm going to just hide out right in the water, which is a little odd, but nobody really looks out into the water. And even if they see my boat, if they're not zooming in on me or aiming at me, they're not really going to know that I'm sitting in there. So I figure I'll just sit out inside the circle as long as I can and just keep an eye out. So that's what you'll see here. So the circle has moved in on this beach here, and the new circle is somewhere in the middle in this field. I just want to be safe, so my initial cover is going to be just right behind this ridge. A little worried there might be somebody in those houses, but I'm going to make my way toward the circle. I have a general idea of where they are. I can obviously hear they're shooting, having a gun battle. I'm still trying to stay low because I don't know where anybody else is. I haven't seen anybody since I was back at the spawn point up until now. I'm going to use this shaded cover as kind of camouflage and just alt look around so that my body doesn't move. And my thinking here is basically to let everybody kill each other until I absolutely have to get into a firefight with somebody, which at that point will be very near the end of the game, if I'm lucky. Here comes the circle. I'm staying on the outside of the circle because I know that there's nobody behind me. Nobody's run up from the field behind me. Nobody's come up from the beach behind me, so I know that there's nobody behind me. That's a great advantage. Although the circle did move all the way to the north. I can see the flash of the muzzle here, so now I have an idea of where they're at. And I can see the other guy right by the Jeep. I get a headshot on him. He doesn't know what hit him, and the guy who was shooting doesn't even know that I'm there either. I'm a little worried that somebody might run out of these buildings, but I do see him run across the field, and I see the second guy jump across the wall. I figure those are the last two guys in this little town, and I'm definitely not going to engage until I have to. You'll even see here, I let him run right by me, and I never even try to shoot him at this point. I figure the circle's coming in. He's probably really focused and nervous. Usually people are really nervous when it's in top 10 and their guard is down. I don't want to lose sight of him though, so I'm going to be following him. At this point I figure it's a clear shot, so I go ahead and take it. I'm taking a mental note here of where that sniper fire is coming from. This guy doesn't really have much that I don't already have. My plan now is pretty much to take cover and to just get inside the circle. I want to be as secure as possible. on the outermost point possible in the circle. So I found this little ridge here, and it seems like the perfect cover. It's right in the circle. I really don't believe that anybody's behind me at this point, and nobody can really see me from where I'm hearing that sniper fire come from. So we got 8 alive, and now I'm thinking, how can I get into this next circle? What's the best point of cover? I see there's a little ridge there with rocks. I know I definitely have to get over that ridge probably. And I know there's a sniper right there above me. I just don't know where. So this is pretty much a critical decision here. Like this will, the next move at this point will determine whether you're gonna live or die. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous at this point. I think my hands are even shaking a little bit. I was looking for somewhere in this shade. I figure this tree would be good, but it's not in the circle. The best thing I could find was this huge boulder. It was right inside the circle, and it's like a wall. Nobody can see me. Which is pretty awesome because I have a full view of the left and the right. And up on that hill. And I see a guy right there. So we got 2-on-1 now. This last circle is pretty tricky. I figure it's just going to be a firefight. I can hear the sniper fire to my right. But I also hear somebody shooting to my left. So I figure they're on each side. If I plan on being a little bit outside the circle for any point of time, I'm definitely going to want to take these extra painkillers and energy drinks. I'm not going to need them at this point, so I might as well just take 2 of them. I'm trying to figure out where that sniper fire is coming from. Now we got a 1-on-1 situation. I know where that last guy died because I can hear him shooting, and he's right there in the open. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.